Way, fearless leader.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to the Full Court Entertainment Podcast. As always, with your boy GQ Tuesday, Shondell, Trail, Shaky Trail, Sheldon the GOAT, Sam, and you got Ace the GOAT as well. And then you got Aaron, GQ Worthy. So we're going to just go ahead and hop into our early all-star starting lineups and who we think should be all-stars. So go ahead, Sheldon. Take it away with us.
Okay, so I'm going to go with the... we're gonna go east. Then after we go to east, we're gonna go west, or we just go east and west straight off.
We can do that.
Okay, we can just do east and west. We just do. Yeah. I put Donovan Mitchell there. I put. I think this could be his first time starter. So yeah, the Cavs in the third seed in the East, one of the best teams in the league. All-star. The other guard, I got Jaylen Brown. Got the Celtics second seed. They was, first seed in the East. He deserved to be a starter. One of the four. Tatum. We know Tatum. Superstar. That's in my opinion. I think he's a superstar. Then the other rank, it's KD. Why not? Why not put KD in there? Giannis best player in the world, so you got no choice but to get him. Then with the West, I got Lucas having a good season. Yeah, Lucas should be a starter. Now, really though, this was a hard one. I put, this is just me though. I think it won't happen. I put SGA first, then I put Ja Slab. I put Ja as the second, but I in front of Ja as the other guard to start. SGA is having a breakout year. So, and I think he deserves it. LeBron is having, so I think he deserved to be an all-star star, of course. And I ain't gonna lie, I got Zion. Starting. Zion got them. He got the Pelicans up there, and at center, I think we all should know Jokic. Bigs in the league, so that's just what I have.
The best big in the
somebody
league.
Okay,
hold on. Let me. No, yeah, because you're leaving out Joel.
Facts.
Joel got to be a starter, so you got to take out either Tatum or KD.
You don't.
Why I gotta take
Joel
them out?
Don't have to be a starter for real. Giannis could hold down that 5 spot.
Why I gotta take them out?
I'm talking about as far as one of the three best front court players.
Yeah,
we're going off front court players.
It goes off this year though, right? Aren't they having better years?
Yes, it's going
than
off
Joel?
this year.
All right then, so they're having better years than Joel.
Joel
right
is
now.
the leading scorer in the NBA.
Barely. By what? 0.2? By 0.2?
It doesn't matter. He's a center averaging 33 a game. Haven't seen that since Wilt, I believe. So
yeah, but
Joel is definitely a starter.
It was.
But
Joel was struggling in the beginning though. Remember they started out like 0-4. They were struggling with him, and he's missed some games. All these other players have been healthy.
The Nets were struggling.
The other four has been healthy. All these other four has been healthy.
Okay. The Nets were struggling.
I had to put KD.
You gonna use that against KD?
I had KD because I was like, "Ooh, should I put KD on the bench?" But then when I was talking to Shondell the other day, and he was telling me about and I was like, "He right. They have stepped up. You gotta give him props." He said they've been stepping up, so I rewarded KD as an all-star starter, and he probably will be a starter. It's a fan vote, remember?
Of course.
Vote him in there to be a starter.
Yeah.
What I was really debating about on the East was, should Kyrie be in there? Should Kyrie be a starter? That was really one of them, but I was like, no, because he missed a lot of games. So I couldn't reward him.
I feel like that'll probably be something that might boost him into that starter spot, though. Him missing games, him being in a lot of controversy and everything, and getting dropped by Nike or going separate ways with Nike. I don't want to say he got dropped per se. because they did kind of say it was a mutual decision. But I feel like the fans are kind of use that narrative, and the way he came back and played at the same time, like he's still being Kyrie. He hasn't fell off. You know, his numbers down a little bit, but Kyrie's still Kyrie. He ain't fell off. So I feel
Long
like
story short,
the
you
fans will
wouldn't be
probably
wrong you wouldn't be wrong putting him in the starting lineup at all.
you wouldn't be wrong, but who would you really take though? And like he said, I take Jaylen Brown over Kyrie.
The person I would probably, I mean, honestly, besides Donovan Mitchell and Jaylen Brown, the only person you probably would take out is probably Jaylen Brown, I guess. But I got to reward Jaylen Brown. He's got the Celtics one of the best teams in the league, so I got.
I feel like Kyrie got the narrative though. Honestly, Kyrie got the beautiful narrative. Like he came from like what Ace said, like the Nike deal to controversy to making a mistake. He was racist on accident, which was like crazy. Everything that happened with the Nets drama, and he turned it around. And it was like he got to focusing on basketball, got better. We all love him for that. Like he owned up to his mistakes. He did better. He been donating like crazy. Like, and he playing amazing basketball. He playing MVP level basketball. Honestly, like I love seeing Kyrie as the starter.
I mean,
I don't
have a problem
to people.
I mean, I don't have a problem. But hey,
go ahead, Ace.
I mean,
tell us your all-star.
Man, so I'll start off with the East. You know, my first guard position. I gotta agree with Sheldon. I'll go with Donovan Mitchell. Donovan's been having a hell of a season, and the way he did my Lakers, you know, crazy.
My Lakers. I thought you was a Hawks fan.
I am a Hawks fan. I have a team in the East, team in the West. I'm a LeBron fan. You already know that. I don't even know why you. But so like
you
I said,
just like
I got
you said you like
up there.
Lakers.
It's like LeBron.
I just said I'm a
fucking Lakers fan.
Just say you like Bron, bro. Don't say you like the Lakers.
Bro, every show I have to say, bro. But do every show I have to say I like Bron? Like y'all know that. Y'all know I have my Miami Heat banner. I don't like the Heat. I got this banner because of LeBron when he was there. Like I'll admit, I follow LeBron wherever he goes. That's my favorite basketball player.
LeBron. So you like Bron?
You're not a Lakers fan. It's not my Lakers. It's Bron.
Bro, Bron is on the team, so it's my Lakers, bro. I root for the
There's
Lakers.
no I in team.
It's I ain't win, damn it.
It is all right, but they losing.
That's something the Lakers don't know how to do though.
All right, but let me get back to my
continue, Ace. Continue.
So, I got Donovan Mitchell up there at the one spot. Hawks fan. I got to throw Trey up there. I agree with you with Jaylen Brown. I like that, but at the same time, Trae Young averaging 27.6 points, 9 assists, 2 rebounds. He really having better stats right now than Jaylen Brown, in my opinion. They just sorry right now. Clint is out. John Collins been out. DeJounte Murray was out. You know, we went on a little losing streak, but Trey still get his All-Star nod. Who else?
So you stuck up for Kyrie for 5 minutes and you put him in there.
Nah, because he's gonna be a reserve in my book. But let me finish. I got Joel down there. Gotta put him down there. I got Giannis on there.
Okay.
And KD.
Okay.
JT can come off the bench. But KD was considered one of the best players in the world. KD has to be an all-star starter. He's in that LeBron category. He'd never come off the bench, no matter where. LeBron is always going to be an all-star starter. And that goes to my West list. I got Luka. Of course, I got Shai or Shea, however you say his name.
Shea.
Gotta have Bron. I got Jokic and I got Zion.
Okay. Same list, basically.
Look.
No Ja?
Okay.
MVP season.
Ja. Bro, I feel like they right there. That's just me. I feel like
I agree with that. John say right there, but we know what Ja's capable of. We seen them flashes last season. Shea coming out this season, like wasn't nobody really expecting him to be having this type of season. At least I wasn't. So I got to give that nod to him.
Okay. That ain't bad, but I mean, it's a few things. I think having Trae Young, I think that's some favoritism because you definitely live in Black Hollywood.
I ain't rolling with
tripping with that one.
I ain't rolling.
Favoritism, I take it. I agree with it. Favoritism. Trae Young, one of my favorite players. I want him to be an all-star. I want him to be an all-star starter.
Yeah, that's your fan vote showing right there. That's your fan vote. We the media right now. You got to use your media vote.
Ace isn't wrong for having Trae Young right there, but it's for different reasons than Trae being his favorite player. It's from the voting perspective. But I'll wait. I'll explain that more when it's my time.
If that's the case, Tyrese Halliburton should be starting in the East, right?
That's who I got. That's who I got as my starting guard, Tyrese.
Yeah, you might as well
Go ahead.
Why?
Then.
Because he getting a lot of assists this season.
I don't
I
mind
think
that
the dude
though.
is the new
I like that.
He's the new Chris Paul.
I like.
He's
I
definitely.
like it, bro. But this is like
I like.
I'm gonna say my list.
Go ahead.
I got Tyrese. Then I got Tyrese. I got Jaylen Brown. I got Mitchell on the bench with Kyrie on the bench. Reserve Brunson. Forward, I got Tatum, Giannis, KD off the bench, Pascal.
We're not talking about.
we didn't even talk
We're
about
not talking about them.
I did a little bit of a mom. I did a little bit of, but I could name them. I'm just saying I did a little bit of all.
Name your starters. Can't follow the record.
We said,
I did name my them my starters. I said my starters.
no honorable
Right
mentions,
then.
no
Just say-
benches.
I'm
no
okay.
benches.
I'll keep it pushing. I'll keep it down. Y'all ain't gotta jump me. Damn,
Well, if you follow directions, we wouldn't jump you.
I did follow directions. I just did a little bit extra. So my forwards, I got Tatum, I got Giannis, and then my center for my starting center, I got Joel. And then for the West, I got my guards is Luka, Shea. My forwards, I got Laurie, Zion, and my center, I got Jokic.
And you
Whoa, Laurie?
Okay.
Ooh,
No, he has Lowry as a starter.
Yeah. Oh, about to say.
Yeah, fool.
I don't have a problem. I don't.
Why?
Oh, I mean, if you
Well, I didn't follow directions.
between him, I thought you was saying Laurie like off the bench. That's my bad. But Laurie and Zion right there, I don't have a problem with that. Honestly, Laurie having an All-Star year.
That's a good
we being
lineup.
honest. I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with
What you
that.
talking about? My shit fair. I ain't just what I didn't do. He talking about some KD, the best in the world, and you own.
Never said KD was.
I'm like a newspaper.
I say he was considered one of the best.
Bro, it's about this season. It's about what you do for me. I've been All-Stars about this season, not last season, not the year before, but about what you're doing right now. And KD, in my book, KD a bench reserve.
I don't have a problem with that.
It's his list, so.
I don't have a problem.
Well,
Trey, you want to go ahead and go?
My lineup for the East, I got Kyrie in the starting lineup at the one. I got Donovan Mitchell at the 2.
Okay.
I got KD at 4. I got Giannis at the 4, and I got Embiid at the 5.
Okay.
Tough lineup right there. Tough. West, I got Luka. I got Luka. I got Ja.
Okay.
I got Zion.
Okay.
I got Jokic.
Okay.
I wanted to put Shea. I think I can't. You can't.
You need another.
You missing a forward, ain't you?
You can't.
Yeah.
You have to.
He wanted to put Shea in as his as a forward.
You can't though.
You can't put him
can't though.
If I had a choice, bro, I would put Shea over John. I ain't gonna cap.
So do it.
So Shea, Luka.
Okay, where's the other forward then?
You have Zion. You need another forward.
I need another forward, man.
Put Bron.
Put Shea in that, man.
I
don't want LeBron, bro. Look at how they.
So the forwards, you still got people like Laurie. You still got Mikal Bridges. You still got Bron.
Got AD.
Got AD. You got some forwards.
So, you got forwards.
I don't even think.
I'll just put Bron in there.
Thank you.
I'll put Bron in there.
But do LeBron really deserve to be an All-Star?
He don't.
All right. I'll address that in my turn. All right. So when I was making this list, I had to
I'm sorry, Anna, cut you off. Why don't LeBron deserve to be an All-Star? Year 20, averaging 27 points, 8 rebounds, and fucking 6 assists right now. That's
he
not
barely
All-Star.
played.
No, he played.
LeBron has played. He's
on
missed
the
a couple
losing
games.
team.
But
it's like 8 games this season.
I understand that.
Then why is Shea in there then? Why is Shea in there then? They're losing. They're losing.
Because Shea is having a breakout individual season right now. Like I said, wasn't nobody expecting that from Shea.
No,
Come
I'm
out here
just
averaging 30
no, but I'm
points a game.
saying no, but I'm
saying
he's saying
this type of stuff from LeBron.
But he's saying like they're losing, and it's like Shea losing too. So what's the difference?
I thought you were talking about me.
They're both losing. No, but they're both losing.
Go ahead.
Why can't Bron be in there?
I'm gonna let him finish before I say it. Go ahead.
We used to seeing this type of stuff from LeBron. LeBron ain't throwing up crazy numbers like Shea this year, bro.
And Giannis ain't throwing up crazy numbers here. He throw up the same numbers every year.
No, Giannis.
What's the difference from Giannis' numbers?
Well,
he averages 30, and he been.
Bro, we expect Giannis to average 30, damn near double, 30 plus double every season. We expect that. That's nothing new. That's what he's been doing. That's a given.
I think at this point for Bron, because Bron is like the face of the league. He's the standard of excellence. I don't expect LeBron to be struggling to try to make things work. As bad as this roster may be, that 3 Hall of Famers right there. I don't expect him to be struggling to try to get things to going, to winning easy games, to being able to just be a play-in team. I don't expect to see LeBron to be at the bottom and be hampered by small things. I don't expect him to be out there trying to figure out who's going to be starting and him to be losing like that. I mean, LeBron is the face of the league. He's the standard. He shouldn't be getting compared to like a Shea who's on OKC, a young team still trying to learn to win together. LeBron's standards is much higher than that. It's not the same. He doesn't get compared the same because he's our hero. You hold your heroes to higher standards. That's who LeBron is. We don't expect the same things from Shea as we do from LeBron. It's that simple. He's too great to be doing this.
Simply. And what other athlete in year 20 is doing what LeBron been doing?
In basketball, nobody.
Who?
Chris Paul?
No.
He's been doing everything
in basketball,
not
nobody.
averaging LeBron numbers.
Yeah,
Chris Paul still he don't got the offense down there, but he's still dominant. Chris Paul ain't washed. Chris Paul ain't trash. He's still doing it.
He's not, but he's not on no LeBron level. Never been on no LeBron level.
You said, I mean, he close to it. He close doing it in year. How old is he? Chris Paul, like what, 36, 37?
Getting up there in the age.
I mean, he's still a respected player.
Close to average. No, niggas, they don't even respect Chris Paul no more, bro. They don't respect Chris Paul. Chris Paul went out there and smashed Kanye wife, bro. Ain't nobody respecting that man for real.
Aaron, go ahead, take it away with your list. Aaron, go ahead. What you had to say, brother?
I got you.
No, don't try to get me, bro. You sent me the picture of them trolling them. You sent
on to the next, brother.
All right. So the thing I try to remember when making this list is the format in which they vote for the starters. It's 2 backcourt players and 3 front court players, and it's also a fan vote for the starters. So taking that in mind, that's how I made my list. So I tried to think about how the fans were probably going to vote. So I'm going to start with the East. In the East, Donovan, that's a given. The other guard spot is tougher because, to Ace's point, with Trae Young is a more popular player than Jaylen Brown, I think, but Jaylen Brown has been having he's been more consistent. He's been playing excellent while being a bit more consistent, and he's on a team with a better record. If we're going by how I think the fans are going to vote, I might go Jaylen Brown. I think I'm going to go Jaylen Brown, even though Trae Young is the more popular player. Now, with the forwards, that's the tough one because it's either KD, Giannis, and Tatum. Giannis is a given. KD, in my opinion, is going to be the other starter. He's simply more popular than Jason Tatum at this point, and he's playing just as good. Jason Tatum is having an MVP season, but KD is individually playing just as good as Jason Tatum. And he's, no debate, the more popular player. And then at the center spot, of course, Joel Embiid. Internationally, Joel is a very beloved player because of his personality and just his game. So those are my 5 starters. Tatum has to come off the bench, unfortunately, for me, in my opinion. And then we got the West. Go ahead. What was you about to say?
I feel like with Joel, I feel like we need to be serious though. Yeah, Joel averaging all these points, but how many points is he getting off the free throw line and foul baiting? Like, be serious. Like, the dude, his play style is really ugly. He's that big to be flopping like that. Like, I only give him the start. He's the best center, but low key, I really, my center, if I got to say the list, I would have had Vooch right behind him. I like Vooch style of play better than Joel. He's a foul baiter. I hate the way he played and it never pay out in the playoffs for him.
I ain't gonna lie,
Hey,
bro.
a bucket is a bucket. It don't matter how he gets it. He gets. No, I'm just saying in general.
Taking fouls is a part of the game now.
So
a lot of the
That's
time,
a
Embiid
legit
are getting
skill
fouled,
to be able to bait somebody into a foul. That is a legit skill now.
But if a bucket is a bucket, the way Kyrie get buckets, he should always be the starting guard. Why he not starting on y'all list?
He was starting on my list.
I didn't start him because he missed a lot of games.
No,
I didn't start him because he missed a lot of games. That's why I didn't get him to start.
I didn't start him because Trae Young is averaging more points than him.
But he losing though.
It doesn't matter if he loses. I'm looking at individuals, bro. I'm looking at individuals.
Well, hold on. You won't be
All-Star about. This is really what All-Star is about, bro. Awarding individual play.
Rewarding the most popular player. So Kyrie might legit have a chance because he's so popular. He's more popular than Trae Young and Jaylen Brown probably combined.
Yes, of course.
Just based off of that, he can get voted in.
That's fact.
Balance of popularity and production. So we'll see. It's tough. No, it's this one of the toughest years for starters this year. So let me go over to the West. So for the guard spot, of course, Luka. That's self-explanatory. The one y'all are missing, everybody has missed, is Steph Curry. He's going to be the other starting guard.
He's missing games. He's going to miss a lot of.
Say how any of you. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
It does matter, bro.
I don't think 1 month is going to be enough. I think he's okay.
It's fan votes.
You just said
All-Star February. That's you got to remember.
That's basically a month.
He's not going to make it. He's not going to. He has a 16-week recovery. He has a 16-week recovery.
Wait. Let me say
understand that, but the fans are still
because he's popular. Let me speak, Ace. Let me speak. He's only gonna make it because probably he's probably the second most popular player in the NBA behind Bron. So he's gonna make it. But my only fan vote, I won't put him in there because he's been hurt. He's hurt. He's gonna miss at least, like Shondell said, a month. So I'm not rewarding for missing games. For him.
I mean, it's not about rewarding.
I can't do that.
It's the fan vote. Going to get in over Steph for that fan vote. I'm telling you, Steph is going to get that other guard vote.
I mean, Aaron, at the same time, wait,
Ace, wait. But Aaron, don't you? He's going to get replaced though because of the coaches. They're going to replace him due to injury, like they did.
That's if he can't play. Yeah. You're right. If he cannot play, then I would give that spot to Shea. Steph cannot play. You're right. If Steph cannot play, then yes, it will go to somebody else, and I think it should go to Shea. But if Steph can play, Steph is going to be the other starting guard. That's what you got to remember. It's about popularity more so than production. So for when we get to the forwards, one is LeBron. He's probably going to be the top vote getter. He's been the top vote getter almost every single year.
Yeah, every year
of his career. Like he's going to be a starter. In year 20, when he chasing Kareem, come on, man, he's gonna be a starter. We ain't even got to talk about that.
He's the captain every year. He the captain.
Yeah,
every year. Undefeated. Shit.
Every year. So the other forward spot, we got another situation of popularity versus production. We got Anthony Davis and we got Zion. Anthony Davis is popular. I think Zion, he had more hype coming in as far as overall popularity. I don't know. It might be close. Bro, AD has been fantastic. We talked about him in the last show.
He is in LA.
If we're not accounting for injuries, then AD should be the starter.
I think this is going to be the year the fans play. I think this is going to be the year the fans realize, yes, Anthony, AD, you're popular, but you get hurt every year, bro. You're not going to be starter, bro. Is he going to miss? Bro, they told him he probably got the same. They say he probably got the same injury. He got a broken bone in his foot, bro. That means he's good. He's not going to get in there. If that's the case, he's not.
Well, yeah. So if he cannot play or he misses that much amount of time, then yes, the other four will be Zion, and then center Jokic. So another self-explanatory.
He ain't got to say shit.
Yeah, he ain't got to say nothing about that. So he's the best center in the league, top 3 to 5 player, depending on who's asking. So,
Aaron, you picked a lot of popular people. I feel like you just like the average fan. You just picked like who popular.
No,
he based his
I told you what my criteria was.
That's what all-star voting is.
No,
but wait. If that's what
he did. No, he based it on.
Okay, go ahead.
Wait. Sean, you know, every year I always talk about how we always say we as the fans. This is what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about Aaron, but he based it off of the fans don't know shit. Because they don't. They're rewarding players that shouldn't be in there. But that's just how it is. That's how it's gonna be. Steph Curry shouldn't get started, but he's popular. He shouldn't get in there because he's hurt. He's hurt. So why should he be in there?
So this my thing. If All-Star is just about popularity, then what the hell is the first All NBA team?
No, the starters is popularity. The reserves is the coaches and media and whatnot.
If it's all about popularity, All-Stars is just about popularity. All NBA teams should be way like what's your All NBA team looking like then?
I mean,
well, that's different. That's the best 5 players. That's the best 2 best guards.
Isn't it?
Yeah, that's All NBA team is different because it's not voted on by the fans. It's from the media and coaches and whoever else it is.
So what's your early All NBA team look like?
Early All NBA team. Well, if we go off of the criteria that they had, was it 2 guards, 2 forwards, and a center? Luka, Giannis. That's tough. The forward spot is going to be tough because it's KD, Embiid, or Tatum. The center is Jokic. So who are you going to leave off? It's KD, it's Tatum, or Embiid. Have to give it to
who averaging more points. That's what you got to look at that point.
Well, Embiid is averaging the most points.
Okay, so
it's going to KD. It's going to KD and Tatum.
I'll be fine if it goes to Tatum because he's going to be the best player on the best team. So I'll be fine with Tatum taking that other forward spot with Giannis. So if we go off All NBA first team early for me, Luka, Shea, Giannis, Tatum, and Jokic.
Why you don't make so I ain't even finna I ain't because it just saying like you base a lot of your criteria on popularity.
Those are the best 5. Those are the best 5. You can't compare All NBA to All-Star starters. It's an exhibition match. The fans want to see the most popular players who they like starting the game.
Man, wait.
Bro, All Stars is the thing. Wait. Let me say something, bro. Let me say something. The All
ain't nobody interrupt.
Bro, the All Stars are based off the fans voting, but with the All NBA. Yeah, and remember, Shondell, when I told you that, I was like, he should play. They just see, he's averaging 30. So they like, he's gonna be in there. That's just how it's gonna be.
Yeah, media don't care about.
I feel like that's what Aaron doing. I feel like he ain't really watching them.
No,
I feel
the
like
criteria is different for All NBA first team and All-Star starters. That's what you need to understand.
It should be different though. It should not be different.
But it is. It shouldn't, but it is. We can't be talking about what is. We got to talk about what's reality.
This nigga wanna be.
Am I lying? Let me know where I've been lying or I've been wrong with my mindset.
You're right. I ain't gonna hold you. That's my L. You're right. The popularity don't make no sense. Like Sheldon, we don't know shit is Spence because if that's Aaron List and that shit the All-Star team for real, I'm gonna be blue. I don't want to see them. I want to see the best out. I don't want to see AD with a boot walking around out there talking about let me get a shot. I don't want to see that.
Right. But it's the fans that decide. They can, and you can spam as many votes as you want. Why do you think D Rose was almost an MVP?
And let them get their All-Star selections, but get replaced, man. You know,
Rose was almost a starter.
Hey, Rose do be getting selections though. D-Rose do be.
It was a center a couple of.
Matter of fact, they tried to get Brian Scalabrine in the All-Star game.
It wasn't Scalabrine. It was the center from the Warriors who Kawhi stepped up.
Zaza
Pachulia
was almost a starter.
Yeah, they did pick him as a starter.
Because of the fan vote.
That the fans.
We need to get the fan vote out of there, bro. The fan vote is terrible. It's terrible. It's not
you
just
should.
high school.
But they said they tweaked it because they said they didn't want to have an incident with Andrew Wiggins last year because he got All-Star, even though he was playing really good. Was injured, so I didn't mind that. But they was like they don't want to have another incident because Paul George didn't get over him even though he was hurt. Kawhi Leonard obviously blah blah blah. But they said they should
put a poll for where top 5 players of that position should get voted instead of everybody just voting for every different player.
That's just what it is. That's reality. It's more so a popularity vote for the all-star starter.
That's bogus because some people don't even got a chance. If you playing a lot,
you're right.
You got a chance.
That's what it is.
Yeah,
I mean, bro, this is the only time we'll really
though.
be able to see like our favorite players be able to like play with each other though. So I understand the fan vote. Like it's
but they be bullshitting in the All-Star game
really
though.
Get together in
they
the
be BSing.
It should be a 2v2 tournament.
Okay.
It should be a 2v2 tournament. It shouldn't even be an All-Star game. It should just be a 2v2 tournament, bro.
No, Shondell, from a fan's perspective, what do you think they want to see more? LeBron throwing a dime to Shea or LeBron throwing a dime to Steph?
They want to see Steph and Brown.
I ain't gonna lie, I kind of want to see that shit too. I mean, that too.
The biggest rival that we ever seen in the NBA. They want to see them play together.
That's my point.
Please, let's go ahead and go get to that right there.
So
perfect segue with Shondell saying
so
the biggest rival to LeBron.
So in the group chat, it was said that like, man, who is LeBron's biggest rival? Is it Paul Pierce and the Celtics, or is it Steph Curry and the Warriors? Go ahead, Ace, jump right in.
Yeah, let's
now is it so it's the teams or we doing that individual person? We talk about that individual person. I feel in the group chat. No, in the group chat, I interpreted like it was a Paul Pierce versus LeBron and LeBron versus Steph.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I was like, Paul Pierce is not no rival to LeBron. But you know, I had to humble myself. I had to actually, sit back, look at it, go do some research behind it, look at the stats. And definitely quite interesting. I got it right here. They played Bron and Paul Pierce played 69 games against each other total. 39 in the regular season, 30 in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? With LeBron winning 35 of those games and Paul Pierce winning the other 34. You know what I'm saying? Bron won 18 of those in the regular season. Paul Pierce won the other 21. And so at that point, I was looking at it like this might be a nice rivalry. And if we really want to compare the two to each other, that's why I was like, Paul Pierce is not a rival. Like LeBron averages 29.9 points against him. Paul Pierce only averages 18. That's nothing. Now, who can we say that would be on Bron level and actually give him a run for his money for real? And has gave him a run for his money for real multiple times? That's Steph. That's Steph Curry. Steph has 4 rings?
Yep.
Same amount as Bron. How many rings does Paul Pierce have? 1.
1.
Who really cares about that? And they really didn't have I don't think they had a deep run or a hard run to get to the finals that year. They had to, and then luckily they beat LA that year or whatever. But no, bro, Steph is LeBron's biggest rival, bro. I've watched Steph kill LeBron multiple times and hated it. That's his biggest rival.
You watched Steph,
and the fact that
you watched Steph, but did you watch Paul Pierce? That was the question. Have you watched Paul Pierce? Have you seen him go be serious? Have you seen them go at?
Yeah,
research don't do that. You gotta go.
Yes, bro. I watch. When I say I did the research, I don't just go and look at the stats, bro. I look at the highlights as well, bro. And really, all I gotta really bring up to prove my point is July 12th, Game 6, or June 12th, Game 6, bro. Where Bron put up 45, and what did Paul Pierce do? I'm listening.
Beating Bron in the final the first time, that's 1. He beat him the second time. Bron beat Steph the second time. That's 1-1. Then when Bron loses 4, gets swept 4-0. When you're down, when you lost 3-1 in total finals, I like LeBron.
But that's really
the Warriors.
That's really a team. That's really a team thing, bro. If you look at LeBron's individual stats against Steph, bro, he's blowing them out of the water, bro. That's a team thing.
But that's not a rivalry then if it's 3-1 though. at least when it was Paul Pierce and Bron, they was going at it, getting to the finals. To get to the finals, him and the Celtics, when he was on the Cavs and when he was on the Heat, they was going at it. Like, you gotta give them that credit. You got to. Yeah, Bron had the individual stats, but he was still getting beat up
going at it, and they're meeting, bro. But they're meeting on the
biggest stage.
Paul Pierce couldn't even get to the biggest stage. You couldn't. Paul Pierce couldn't get through. Paul Pierce got through Bron one time to get to the biggest stage. It never happened.
Yeah,
again.
Bron had better teams. Bron had better teams. He had better teams.
Bron,
but we act like they weren't going at it to get to the Eastern Conference.
Really, bro. Bron. No, I'm saying that they did, but at the same time, bro, Bron was blowing them boys out of the water. Paul Pierce is not really a rival to Bron. Bro. You couldn't get through Bron. You could not get through Bron. You constantly kept losing. You kept losing. But I'll say it's a bigger rival because you got Steph over here. You got Steph over here in the West, Steph and Bron over here in the East, and they're meeting up on the biggest stage constantly. Like, that's what everybody wants to see. Nobody really care about a Bron versus Paul Pierce anymore. Everybody want to see Bron and Steph because they know what they're gonna get.
What rival?
Hell no.
What rival you know that? Oh, that's three that you won 3 times and you lost one. What rivalry is that? What type of rivalry is that?
Bro, I understand that. I understand Bron was losing in the finals, bro, but it's the fact that he's.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead, bro.
Go ahead, bro.
Go ahead, Sheldon. Sheldon, finish, Sheldon.
Isn't going at it and every time you. How are you losing 4-0 4-1 a rivalry? How? Explain that to me, please. Please explain it to me.
Bro, I just told you it's a team thing, bro. How many times did Bron go up against Steph without a complete team? And how many times did Bron go up against Steph with a better team and still gave them boys a run for his money?
He only went up one time without a complete team. One time. That was it. One time. All the other years, LeBron
one time without a complete team came back, beat the best team in the league, beat the best team with the best record in the league. Came back and what they had with the addition to KD, who was stopping that team? The Cavs was not stopping that team. Wasn't nobody stopping
Ace
that
was
team.
the team, but Ace, was that team healthy that year? Yes or no? Was they healthy? Yes or no that year?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Were they healthy that year?
Who had a better team? Who had a better team? Whose team is better? Sheldon, whose team is better? These are not equal teams. Whose team is better?
Hold on. Wait a second.
No, Shondell, let him cook. Let him cook. Let him go.
Ace, answer the question.
Bro,
was his team healthy? Was
yes,
LeBron? Oh my God, you're not answering the question.
Yes.
Answering the question.
Bro, how many times I gotta say? I just said yes like 3 times. But are you, bro? I understand that, bro, because who had the better team? Whose team was better? Who's beating KD, Steph, and Clay in their prime like that? LeBron was not doing it. LeBron can't beat that team alone.
It doesn't matter though. He still lost.
LeBron can't beat that team alone. And even then, he was damn near.
Can't do that stuff alone, bro. Come on now.
It doesn't matter. Ace, LeBron. But when we look up the records, it's going to say
Paul Pierce was beating.
I can't say
Paul. I understand that. Like, bro.
I'm not,
bro, because I'm not finna be arguing with this. I'm not gonna.
Okay, wait. So
my point is, let me just do my last point. Y'all can go on. My point is, before Bron got to Miami, KG was beating them. KG and Paul Pierce was beating them. Why? Because they had the better team. And then he got a team that was on an equal playing field. And what did he do? Start blowing them boys out the water. Steph and them had a better team. So you expect them to lose.
So you saying that Paul Pierce was LeBron's biggest rival?
No, I said Steph.
Okay, you're saying Steph. Sheldon, who you saying his biggest rival?
It's Paul Pierce.
Of course, it's going Paul Pierce.
Trail and Aaron, go ahead. Who y'all? Let me hear y'all. Let me hear.
Well, I wasn't thinking Paul Pierce or Steph Curry, bro. I was thinking like if we was doing franchises, bro, you definitely got to go to Celtics, bro, because every year the Celtics was always in it. Even now, bro. Even now, still probably one of their biggest rivals. Last time that LeBron played the Celtics, it was in I believe the finals, right, against Tatum. Kyrie went down.
They just played the other day.
I'm talking about
Kyrie wasn't on that
time they played like in the East.
Kyrie wasn't on that team that year. He wasn't on there. He was
right.
hurt.
He was on
He wasn't on that
the Celtics, but he was injured. Yeah. But
he was hurt.
The biggest rival is definitely Celtics because the Celtics been bothering LeBron for years, bro. Years. It ain't just been Steph and LeBron the whole since LeBron got in the league. It's always been Celtics and LeBron. Basically, so
it's not even like a certain player. It's the team.
It's the team, bro. And the Celtics always find a way to build a real good team.
But Paul Pierce is a part of the team, though. He's a part of the team, though. So it doesn't matter.
He is a part of the team.
What right? If I beat you 10 times and you only if I beat you 10 times and you only win 3, is that a rivalry?
No,
it's still a rivalry.
Yes or no?
It's still a rivalry because you can look at you can still a rivalry. Look at Aaron Rodgers, the Packers versus the Bears. Like it's just right now they're on a winning streak. It could still be a rivalry.
It could be a rivalry, but
has it been a rivalry the past 4 years? They've been battling out.
No, it ain't been a competitive one. It ain't been a competitive rivalry. It's been a rivalry, but it ain't been competitive.
But I feel like what Ace saying is they always bump. Steph and LeBron always bump heads at the championship, bro.
Wait. If I know, just real quick, but the Bears and the Packers, their records are literally even. It's even. Literally, I think it's like 99-9. That's it. But if you go
but within the past 10 years, though, it ain't been like that.
But I'm saying if Steph Curry has been cooking LeBron to his 1, that's not a rivalry. It's not a rivalry. I can't say that's a rivalry. Even though.
But what about this though? What about?
Go ahead.
What about the aspect that even though Steph Curry he's been winning more, they broke MJ and the Bulls record, and Bron was the one. They don't have that championship banner after having such a great record. They don't have that championship banner. It was Bron that brought that to him. It's always been. Yeah. Because we seen the Warriors and the Cavs in the finals. That was like a 4-year thing.
For 5 years in a row, bro. For
how could that not be a rivalry? Wait, Aaron. Because let's let Aaron get in there.
Well, yeah. Okay, so my mindset
is not just because you lose is not a rivalry. Like even though you keep seeing this person, but you lose is not a rivalry or anything.
If you get swept again, how is that a rivalry?
Aaron, let Aaron go.
My perspective to this is individually it's hard to say either one of them was his actual rival because from a production standpoint Paul Pierce was nowhere near LeBron when they actually went up against each other for the most part. Individual game, sure, but overall throughout the entirety of the rivalry, no, it wasn't close. And same thing with Steph from a game by game perspective was not match LeBron when they were matching up in the finals. If you want to say KD, yes, that's better. But we're going to go with Steph because Steph was there for the entire length of that rivalry between LeBron and the Warriors. And if we just looking at from the team perspective, the rivalry between LeBron and the Celtics lasted 5 seasons, 07, 08, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10, 11, 11, 12. And the Warriors was that 4-year stretch. So just from a length perspective, the Celtics were a bit bigger rival than the Warriors. And to make Sheldon's point, it wasn't close once KD went. It was over with. Nobody was going to beat them at that point. So it wasn't really a rivalry. Had KD never come, then yes, that would have been a perfect rivalry to where we would have been talking about it like the Lakers Celtics in the 80s. So I would say from a team perspective, I would go with the Celtics because at that point, LeBron hadn't even won anything. He could not get over that hurdle. Still going to the Heat. And even then, the Celtics were still his biggest competition.
Bro, look, this the thing, though, Jim.
Go ahead with your
If the Warriors and
Steph was the only one threatening in LeBron's legacy.
Close. Okay. If the
Let
Warriors
him
and
go.
Cavs,
Let him talk. We're cutting them off.
if they were close, if the games were close, like if LeBron wasn't getting swept that one year, the first year KD got there, and then the second year, let's 2-4-3, or say it was like 2-2, then the Warriors won the next two. Okay, I would give you that. I'm not gonna give you a rivalry when you're getting swept and only winning one game. I can't give you that. I'm giving it to the Celtics and Paul Pierce as LeBron's biggest rival. That's just facts. And you even said it. They played 39 times. They played 39 times, I think. And Paul Pierce won, I think, more times, I think. He won like 4 more times than him. No. And Stephen played, they only played in the playoffs because LeBron was in the East. And that was only in the finals. That was only in the finals.
39 Bron versus Paul Pierce, 39 regular season games. Bron won 35, and Paul Pierce won 1. Out of 43 games played, Steph won 25, LeBron won 18.
Okay, Ace, let me ask you this. Would you, I'm not going to say that LeBron and the Warriors were not a rivalry, but would you say that LeBron going against the Celtics was a better rivalry because of the quality of games?
No.
You still want to say a better rivalry? Even though once KD got there, it wasn't close.
No, because even then, bro, this Warrior team was better. This Warrior team, in my eyes, was better than that Celtics team still. This shit is
agree.
It's more exciting, bro. And again, like when you put it up head to head, Steph is closer to Bron. LeBron averages 30 points against Steph. Steph averages 24. What did I just say? What did I just say about Paul Pierce? He averaged what? Paul Pierce averaged 18 points against Bron, while he averaging another 30 against Paul Pierce.
Damn.
I'm just saying I'm talking about just the quality of the rivalry. It's not that quality of a matchup when the last 2 finals that they went against each other, one was a sweep and one was a gentleman's sweep. So just from that perspective right there, the Celtics one was a better rivalry.
I get that. I get what you're saying. And like I said, it's just my personal opinion, my preference.
He messed that up, basically. KD going to the Warriors messed up that fantastic matchup. Had KD never gone there, it would have been the Warriors as the easy answer because everything was more even.
And even then, Bron was still almost averaging, or if not averaging, a triple-double against them in the finals and whatnot. With KD on the team, doing everything he can. That's why I said, like, it's on the team. Bron can't go out there and average 60 for that team and whatnot. Like, you have to have your players step up and help you out. And it just
You're right.
happen.
But that's why it
don't matter
a good matchup because it was overwhelmingly.
But at the same time, at the beginning of my take, I said I did my research, player to player, head to head.
I mean, it don't matter though. He can average 40, but they not gonna look at him averaging 40 though.
Who's not gonna look at him averaging 40?
You kept cutting me off. That was why I was upset. You kept cutting me off.
Okay, bro.
So that's why I was upset.
I apologize for cutting you
off. No, because you're gonna.
I gotta work on.
All right, Sheldon, you've done the same thing every year.
You exactly.
Go ahead. Trail, go ahead.
Yeah, let Trail go. Let Trail.
Calm down, y'all. Hey, calm down, y'all. Calm down. Trail, go ahead and get your point in.
If you think that Wiggins was, if you think Wiggins was in before, like, if you think KD and Wiggins was like different teams, do you think that would be a better rivalry than the Celtics? Sheldon.
If it was Wiggins and KD, yeah, the teams probably would be more even. Because I think Bron win that.
Yeah.
He probably win at least 2 games, probably.
Do you think LeBron would have won it all?
Maybe the first, if KD didn't join the first time, he probably wins that one, maybe. But maybe.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Maybe if it was Wiggins instead, bro. Instead of KD,
it probably
would. You think that'd be a better rivalry?
Yeah.
It would.
Yeah, it probably would.
Yeah, it would be 2-2. They would have split. All 4 finals. I mean, that's all we saying. It's a team thing. It's not an individual thing. Steph was a closer rival to LeBron than Paul Pierce was. I don't think anybody can debate that, but it still wasn't that close. KD is a better rival based off of how they played against each other straight up.
Question. I got a question. So I know that this is going back to like more earlier years with LeBron when he was first in the league. Back when it used to be more so about, the draft class, it used to be about who's the best rival, Wade or Melo. Like, it's Bron, Melo, Wade versus each other. Like the early year rivals, like I know it was a real interesting stat that like Melo had always beat Bron. Like the first time he ever beat him was when he went to the Heat. And so I always thought it was crazy that like Melo didn't, he never gets really brought up as like one of Bron's biggest rivals, which I can see why the way the careers progress. But like, what y'all think about that?
Definitely not.
I mean, yeah, from an
Melo
accomplishment
barely made
standpoint,
playoffs.
it's LeBron.
Yeah.
It's LeBron. No, Melo can't see LeBron as far as actual accomplishments. Early on, Melo was always winning more. Melo should have won Rookie of the Year, but he didn't though. Melo, for the first every year of his career in Denver, he led them to the playoffs. Bron missed out on the playoffs the first 2 years of his career. So Melo starting off was right there with LeBron. So yes, he was his direct rival, but as time went on, LeBron showed that he was the better player.
You could tell that LeBron was definitely more legendary than Melo, bro.
So where Melo rank at on his rival list?
I mean, who had the better team?
You can
Melo had the better team.
Melo had a real good team. It was always a second round bounce.
Yeah, he had good teams. Yeah, he had good teams. He just got down.
Well, no, Melo rookie year, the Nuggets weren't that good.
Mm-hmm.
He just was not enough.
Robert Brown was on a sorry team. It had to do everything itself.
The Nuggets weren't that good when Melo first got there either, though. But he was able, for whatever reason, to get them to the playoffs.
They had better role players than LeBron did.
I mean, I give that, but it still wasn't good.
Phillips too.
Chauncey didn't come just yet. At that point, I'm talking about 03, 04. He was still with the Pistons. So
they had Camby at the time.
Maybe I can't even remember.
Still on the Blazers?
I can't remember.
Still on Blazers?
Yeah, I don't remember at that point. That was so long ago.
But Melo,
as far as individual rivals, Melo is a top 10. Melo is a top 10 rival for LeBron. I mean, he's not number one.
You could put him in the top 5. You could put him in the top 5.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, number one, I'd probably put KD. Probably KD. You could put KD. You could put Kobe. As far as LeBron's actual rival, and then maybe Steph, and then maybe Melo or D Wade.
KD as a rival, I just don't see it. I don't see it.
You say KD?
I would see Kawhi as more of LeBron rival than KD, just off that Spurs, that's them Spurs series.
I mean, it was different. Kawhi wasn't this Kawhi though. Kawhi wasn't even the best player on that team. It was still Duncan. Kawhi was good. He was a key contributor, but he wasn't this Kawhi now.
Just off that one clip alone, when he see Kawhi checking back in,
talking about,
and he say, "Damn."
Number one is KD because it was LeBron at arguably his best or close to his best, and KD at his. Like you can't. It don't get better than that.
Where does Kobe rank?
LeBron rival?
Yeah, we're
probably 6 or 5.
Everybody always wants to see Kobe and LeBron in the finals, but it never happened.
LeBron wasn't in his absolute prime at that point, and they never matched up in the finals. They only matched up twice a season. So I would say Kobe was in top 5 rival. If you want to say top 3, that's fine too. But KD is number one. I don't think you can put anybody over KD as far as LeBron's
Paul Pierce is his number one rival. Paul Pierce is his number one rival.
Well, I mean, if you saying him and Kobe only met twice, I mean, you could say the same thing about KD. Then they only met twice a year. They only faced against each other.
No, but they met in the finals
well
too,
before. Yeah, do that, but I mean, they still only met twice a year though. They really didn't play that much, I guess. I give it to Paul games and the Celtics. I just give it to them. They played way more games. They played more entertaining.
But
yeah,
I know, but I'm talking about as far as individual performances against each other too, though. You got to take that into consideration. Look at what KD and Bron was doing against each other every single time they matched up. It wasn't always that type of production from Paul Pierce's side every single time. Yeah, he had games where he went crazy and even outscored Bron at times, but no. Game by game consistently, it's KD and Bron.
Nah, you gotta put Dirk. You gotta put Dirk as a rival. That you gotta put them above KD because that Celtic, that Dallas Mavericks team, they had a strong distaste for them. You could say Jason Terry, he let him play like an MVP against him, and Dirk, they really disliked them boys, and they went out there and they won a chip on them, celebrated in the same club as them with the trophy, and it was only one series, but like nah. I'm putting Dirk and that Mavericks team above any beef with KD because when KD seen Bron, he was on a team that was the outright favorites. Like we still hate KD for that shit. And it was 5 years ago. It gotta be. Dirk is higher on that list than KD.
No, but you got to look at how they played against each other too, though. Who matched LeBron?
Y'all just looking at narratives.
I think that's important for y'all
looking at. Y'all, that's important. But it's important, but it seems like that's just all y'all looking at, just the narratives behind it.
I mean, that's what makes sports.
Oh, they had to go against each other to get to the finals. Oh, they had a bad distaste for them. Oh, like
the only reason is not the Warriors.
What these boys is doing up against each other. That's what matters.
He's got a Bron jersey on. I know he got a Bron jersey on.
Do I gotta go put it on, bro? I'll go put it on. That's what matters. What the stats, what they was doing against each other.
Who matched LeBron's impact more than KD when they matched up?
That Warriors LeBron versus LeBron, bro. Y'all remember what Clay said about LeBron? I think he got a scrimmage.
And what y'all
remember that? That was legendary.
What did he do? What did he do after that?
It's not a rivalry.
What did he do after that?
Put the boys down. He put the boys down.
Clapped ears together.
Doesn't matter. It's not a rivalry.
What's the next question, Chandel?
All right, so going into the next one, we finna just go ahead and talk about the Chicago Bulls and the drama they got going around.
Steph was the only one that could threaten LeBron's legacy.
Okay, so going into the next topic, talking about the Chicago Bulls and all the drama with them, we got Zach LaVine butting heads with the players. DeMar DeRozan being the number one option isn't working for Zach, and we got Nikola Vucevic coming up on his last year with the Bulls. So go on here, any Chicago native, go first. Aaron, actually, you go first. Talk about my Bulls. Go ahead.
Yeah, it seemed like it's coming to a head where basically it's going to have to come to either Zach got to go or DeMar got to go. They just don't have the connection that we thought they were going to have. And if you want to just go from a logical perspective, it makes more sense to trade DeMar because Zach is younger. You have more time to build around him. But Zach might have more trade value because he's younger, though. So you got to decide how you want to go. Do you want to do a retool or a full-on rebuild? If you want to do a full-on rebuild, just trade everybody. But if you want to steal, what was that?
He got that knee problem, though. Ain't that a big problem for them?
Yeah, that's true. But he's still too talented to where and he's still young enough to where they don't think it'll be a long-term thing, though. If you want to try to salvage this season, you could try to maybe trade Vooch to get a big man that has better interior defense because that seems to be their biggest problem is interior defense and rim protection. And, of course, Lonzo being out isn't helping the case either. So what do you do with Lonzo? If you want to stay young but not do a full rebuild, and Lonzo and Caruso and try to build around the younger players and trade DeMar and Vucevic, where do you go? But as far as the turmoil they're having, they got to come to some type of understanding. They got to buckle down and say, we're going to work as a team, we're going to communicate better, and we're going to try to right the ship.
I think they both too ball dominant, bro. They just don't clash, bro, like y'all was saying, bro.
Mesh.
They just don't match, bro. LaVine want the ball more. DeRozan want the ball. I don't know why they got DeRozan as the first option anyways, bro. DeRozan really should be the second option. He should always been the second option. LaVine really, they were supposed to be building around LaVine, but DeRozan was having that awesome year where he was almost MVP, and they just respected him from then. That's why they keep giving him the number one option because they know what he could do. But LaVine should have always been the first option. They just don't see eye to eye, bro. They just don't see the eye to. LaVine don't want to play defense. He really not that good at defense. Lonzo really was like Chandel was saying, Lonzo was the anchor to their defense. I don't think Chandel said that, but he was definitely the anchor. He was the anchor, bro. And he always started the break. He always started the transition plays. Lonzo was a big factor to the Bulls winning.
Are we only saying this because they
what y'all
losing?
been saying? It might
Because
just
I didn't
be
hear none of
time.
this. I didn't
It
hear
might
none
just
of
be
this
time
shit.
to blow that up.
I didn't hear none of this shit
I think
last year
we
when
just
they was
saying it because
winning.
they losing.
I didn't hear none of this. I didn't hear none of this last year. I didn't hear none of this. Oh, we need to mesh. Oh, we got was first in the East. I didn't hear none of this. But now since they're garbage this year, oh, they got problems. I just don't.
So
Because
they
they
weren't
losing,
bumping
bro.
heads last year though.
Because
I
they was
definitely heard some
winning.
of this.
I didn't hear none of
I
this. I
definitely
mean,
heard
if
some of this.
somebody else like know where they heard this from, tell me because I didn't hear nothing. Like I didn't hear none of this bumping heads. Oh, I want the ball. I didn't hear none of that because they was winning.
But
We all know
I
that.
got
We
something
all
to
know
say.
that. Go ahead.
You definitely could tell from Levine's body language. His body language that DeRozan, he did not like that DeRozan was getting more touches than him. You remember that game when the DeRozan hit? Levine was in the corner like he wanted the ball. You could tell he wanted the ball.
No.
What you talking about?
Go ahead, Shonda.
About last year or this year?
Last year.
Last year.
You gotta be talking about
But
last year.
where was all this? I didn't hear no sources say that Levine is none of that. And this, bro, I guarantee you, if they were 30-1, like I said in the text, we wouldn't hear none of this because they're winning. That winning solves everything, bro. That's all.
I feel like even though you say that, Sheldon, you're talking about situations and hypotheticals that do not exist. You have to address what's happening in reality. Of course, they wouldn't have any of these issues or problems if they were winning. But the fact of the matter is, they're not winning, and they are upset with each other. And you have to talk about how, one, Zach LaVine was supposed to have been the first option, and I did recall saying last year he wasn't going to be the first option. It would have been DeMar DeRozan. DeMar DeRozan is the better player. He's the more consistent player. Yes, in the NBA, the three ball, we all love it. They're all in love with it. But it's actually DeMar. His mid-range, his game is so good, so consistent. He gets to the basket. He can get some contact. He's a contact finisher. And then you got Vooch. I mean, I think he's the one that's really holding him down and anchoring it. And Zach, I think his problem is he can't stay healthy. And his shot just isn't good enough to where he can be the one that can be the first option and they could deliver on it. If he were winning, we wouldn't hear any of this. But the fact of the matter is they're not winning. Last year, the concerns were they don't beat good teams. They can't compete. With a star-studded roster like this, you're supposed to be able to compete and split against these teams. Someone has to have the edge to be like, they might get them in the playoffs. But they got that last year. The narrative was they're going to lose whoever they go against in the first round. They're going to lose to Toronto. They're going to lose to Philly. They're going to lose to the Bucks. They're going to lose to the Nets. No one thought they'd be good enough to even go to the second round. So I think the whispers were always there. They weren't going to be good enough. And I think, honestly, Zach LaVine, I don't think you can build around him. That's what they did. They tried to build around him, and it doesn't work. DeMar and him, they meshed well for a little bit, but the defense isn't there. The defense isn't there, and the scoring just isn't there. And we don't have young talent. Ayo DeSumo, he's good, he's nice, but he ain't no future.
Another thing that needs to happen, either DeMar or Zach need to take a page out of PG's book. He flat out said Kawhi is the number one. And we're going to go from there. He understands his role, and he's going to stick with it. When Kawhi isn't there, he's going to step up and do what needs to be done to make sure they get a W. Either Zach or DeMar needs to have that same mindset. I personally believe DeMar is the better player too. So Zach would have to swallow his pride and say, hey, he's number one, I'm number two, and go from there. But when you're making a max contract, $200 million, sometimes egos can get inflated. And he's an excellent player. But like I said, can't stay healthy and has been inconsistent. So he hasn't shown the ability to be a true number one, especially a true number one on a championship contender. Might not be that. DeMar, as a number one, was able to at least lead his team to the Eastern Conference Finals. He just happened to come up against LeBron every single year, and we know how that's going to go. So, yeah, that's the biggest thing, too. Egos and defense.
I agree. They need to take the page out of the Celtics. But remember last like the Celtics, they were hovering around 500, but they weren't like 15 games over, and they was talking about, man, they might got to break them up. They room, they was like, hey man, we trying to get to the finals. I doubt it, but they need to talk to each other. Like, step this shit up. And what happened? The Celtics went to the finals, and I think the Bulls need to do the same thing. All I'm saying is that we heard whispers last year. I just didn't hear them. I swear to God, I didn't hear. I didn't hear nothing about no butt heads and all that. I didn't hear nothing about that last year. I'm just saying that since they're losing, it's like all these rumors are coming out. But if they was winning, that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying Shondell's a liar though, but I just didn't hear nothing last year about them butting heads together. I didn't hear nothing about that.
What you got to say, Ace?
I don't really know too much about what's going on with this Bulls drama. And by what y'all saying, in my eyes, man, just blow the whole ship up, man. Just blow it up, man. Trade them off. There's some teams that could use that. There's definitely some teams that could use DeMar. Hold on to Lonzo, do a full rebuild, try again in a couple years.
You think we should keep Lonzo?
I think we should too. He's still young.
He's nice.
He got great
Who gonna take him?
defense.
Who gonna take him?
Who, Lonzo?
Who's taking the dude off a knee injury? Who's taking him off?
Plenty of teams will take Lonzo. He got the popularity.
Hey, LeVar Ball might try to hit up Mike and say trade.
They might try to get him to Charlotte.
Yeah, that's all I was about to say. LeVar go hit up Mike and say, "Hey, trade Terry, bring in Lonzo."
I can see it.
Me too.
Matter of fact, hold on.
Call up LiAngelo.
Since we talking about blow ups, Ace, should the Hawks trade Trey?
No. Hawks shouldn't trade Trey. We should trade John Collins.
Okay, wait. Okay. This is my problem. Because yesterday it was a conversation in a group chat. It was like late, early in the morning. We had start bench cut. I cut LaMelo. And the reason I cut LaMelo is the same reason if putting a situation with Trae Young against the top guards, I'm cutting Trae Young. Trae Young, one, he has the same problems as LaMelo. One, he's not a leader. He's not a leader. He's not vocal enough, and he doesn't put in effort on defense. Nothing. And he takes too many threes just because he thinks he can make it up and hit the shot. Honestly, this is his worst three-point shooting season ever. He's taking too many. He doesn't try on defense. And you can try to say he doesn't have the size. But the fact of the matter is defense is not always about size. Defense is about effort and IQ. You're a point guard. You should know plenty of schemes and plenty of plays of what they're going to do. You can dribble. You have handles. You know what they're going to do. You know what the in and out. You know when it's a fake or a hezzy. He doesn't try. He's not a vocal leader. He takes too many shots. Honestly, Trae Young, I don't think he's the true. I think he got the keys too early in the franchise. He's not what Atlanta needs. He's not what Atlanta needs. Atlanta has always been a winning team. Trae Young is just excited selling tickets, but I don't think he's a true winner.
Been a winning team.
They have though.
Atlanta has not always been a winning team.
No,
they haven't.
No.
I bet. I don't remember when they was the number one team in the East, and
that was years ago. That was almost 10 years ago.
My bad.
That was when Kyle Korver was an all-star.
He deserved it.
Definitely.
Yes.
That team was
how
good.
long ago it was?
That team was
it was, but
Al Horford. Well, that team was wrong.
That's what
they just faced Bron and lost.
I think that's the problem.
Yeah.
That's the problem with these franchises. They draft these young, like what y'all say, transcendent players. They give them the keys too early when they haven't earned it. LaMelo Ball is the franchise player for the Hornets already. And look at he doesn't get into trouble off court. But honestly, if he had discipline and stood up as a leader and character, a lot of the things that happen off court with Charlotte would not happen. Honestly, Trae Young, I don't think he really brings the best out of players around him. They give these young players the keys to the franchise too early with no veterans to truly talk to them and bring the best. It's a sport. At the end of the day, it's a sport. You need to know how to bring people together and keep them focused. It's a job. Like Jokic said last night, he said, I wear suits because I feel like I don't like the way players are dressed and they show up to the game and they don't really care. And I feel like this is work. This is business. Jokic got a serious mindset about it. And we don't see no drama in him playing with the Nuggets. But you see it. The Nets, the Hornets, LaMelo, not serious. Hawks, Trae Young, he just say the right things, but I don't believe his character. What you got, Ace?
You got none, bro.
Are you gonna just let me trash your player like that?
Hey, man, that's your personal opinion, bro.
And with that being said, let's see what we got. Is there any more questions, Shandy?
That's your personal opinion, dog.
I feel like if we blow it up, I feel like we blow up the Bulls. We should only really keep Vooch. We should keep Vooch, and that's it. DeMar and Zach gone. Send DeMar to LA like where he want to go. Send Zach to the Kings where he want to go, and we gone.
Who want to go to
the
Kings?
There. Not retool. That's a full blown rebuild.
Do it. Zach LaVine said it was a source that Zach. He wanted to go to the Kings. That's the closest place to home. Zach LaVine wanted to go back home. He wanted to play for the Kings. It's a 2-hour flight from his hometown. DeMar wanted to go to LA. So, like, come on, man. Them players, they come on now. Get rid of them. Let's do it.
I said, let's blow him up.
So where's Vooch gonna go?
I mean, you can get the good draft.
He's staying. I'm keeping Vooch.
He said keep Vooch.
I don't think.
You put
he getting up there.
It depends.
Mello in the package. Send him on a plane somewhere.
It depends. I mean, it's like you said, Vooch last year of his deal. So it's like if you trade, let's say you just DeMar DeRozan, that team's gonna be what they are now. So why would Vooch want to sign back? He wants to win, and like Terrell said, I honestly I don't know how old he is really. I really don't. What is he? Early 30s? I really don't know.
Mm-hmm. He like 30. He'll be 33.
I think he wants to win. Yeah, he wants to win. On a competitive team, at least in the Bulls won't like draft picks, whatever you get, just some random role player. They're gonna be garbage. Yeah, you gonna be the best player. It's basically just gonna be like the Magic. It's just gonna be the Magic in red. It's gonna be the same team. No difference.
I think we should trade Vooch for Capella.
I'll take it. We'll take.
No, that I'm not doing that.
Rim protection.
No.
Lonzo
if you trade Vooch for Capella, that don't help. That doesn't help Trae Young. If you still got Trae Young, that doesn't help him.
No.
Okay, how if he got a big stretch that can spread the floor, solid defense, he could post up. He's a good passer.
Vooch needs the ball. Capella don't. That's the difference. He's gonna take usage away from Trae Young.
And you got Trae. You got Trae. Well, Aaron just said it. You got Trae and DeJounte.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a good fit.
You need somebody that's athletic for Trae Young. A passer like Trae, you need someone that's athletic that can catch it in the air.
Yeah, but then like you said, we grooming Okongwu to.
My phone finna die.
Hey, I'm gonna hop into the next one. I don't think Jokic got a chance of winning an MVP again. I think he done for. I think he capped out. It's done.
Why is that?
I think because
they won't let him. I think it's just like it's been plenty of other people that could have three-peated and won MVP. Giannis could have won it. Bron could have won it. Mike could have won it. Shaq could have won it. It's like it's been plenty of people that could have done it. I think the NBA knows that like you can't win it every year. You can't. I think they understand that. Like they understand the motto of winning. It's not all. You can't have it every year. You can win a chip every year if you can win it, but you can't get this award every year.
I think he can win it one more time, bro. I think he can win it one more time. Because this thing he's doing right now is incredible, bro. You ain't never seen no big man averaging this many assists. This is the first time in history this ever been happening.
Will Chamberlain did it, but he did it in a different way than Jokic. Jokic is a vastly better passer than Will Chamberlain, though. No, I honestly think he has a good shot because the circumstances that he would need to win it, he's doing right now. They have the number 1 seed in the West, and he's almost averaging a triple-double. He needs to average one more assist to average a triple-double. So top seed in the West, averaging a triple-double, and this might statistically be the best season of his career. He's shooting 61% from the field. He has an excellent chance to, if they can keep the number 1 seed, not 2, not 3, not 4, but number 1 seed, while playing like this, and if he gets to the triple-double, he has a great shot at three-peating. The first three-peat for MVP since Bird. So we'll see.
That's very.
Do you think he'll be in number 1 seed though? Do you honestly think they can stay at number one though? Like throughout, because the West is close as hell. It's really close. Like
I don't see why
just
not.
got
You go
Michael
all the way
Porter
down
Jr.
to
back
5.
too.
I mean, if he
I don't
stays at
see
number
why
one,
not.
I feel like you're gonna have to give it to him. You're gonna have to give.
Because I mean, you got to think about it. He might be the best player in his conference. No reason why they can't be the number one seed. He's arguably the best player in the conference. He has Jamal Murray. Michael Porter is coming back. They're flowing well, and once again he's arguably having the best season of his career. Yes, they can maintain the number one seed.
So yeah, at this point, it's just about staying consistent and staying healthy.
That's all it is. He always
And
does
he's
this.
gonna stay healthy. The man barely gets injured. He played all 42. Bro, he just played all the NBA games last year, didn't he?
He played about 80 games last season. He doesn't miss games, and he gets better as the season goes on. He always starts a little slow and then heats up and goes crazy.
Why didn't Bron win MVP all the years? He deserved it.
That was a narrative too. It was a narrative thing. I just said he has an excellent shot. I didn't say he was currently number one. I would still give it to Tatum.
So Bron didn't win it because it was a narrative.
Yeah.
What's the narrative with Jokic to win it?
For Jokic to win it would be the triple-double. The triple-double with the number one seed. That's the only narrative where he would win it.
And this is where you fall for the second trap. You know when you set people up for the two-way. Why didn't Westbrook win the MVP 2 years in a row when he averaged the triple-double that second year after his MVP?
He wasn't winning like this. He wasn't the number one seed.
Plus, Jokic is a bigger size than Westbrook, and Jokic is a great passer, bro. Like,
no, it's the winning. That's the thing
winning.
that separates Jokic and Westbrook is the winning.
Then Westbrook, I feel like he still checked the box. They made the playoffs that year, didn't they?
Yeah.
It's the winning, the number one seed. That's what Jokic has on his side. The number one seed, and if he can average a triple-double, that is what can propel him to winning the MVP again.
Will he be number one? Will that team be the number one in the league, or that just be number one in that conference?
Number one in the conference, probably.
I don't even think he'll be the number one in the league. They won't even be number one in the league the way it's looking in the West.
Well, I don't know what
the Bucks or the Celtics.
I'm talking about the conference. I don't know what the Nuggets record is and what the Celtics record is off the top of my head. I'm just talking about as far as the Western Conference. Now, if the Nuggets get the number one overall seed, then of course, and Jokic averages triple-double, how can you not give it to him at that point? I don't care what Tatum does. It's going to go to Jokic.
Hey,
I think it's because he's on your fantasy team.
Yeah.
It's not about that.
There's no way.
Celtics is 22-9. Nuggets is 19-11.
Be serious.
But that's what I'm saying. Okay, so it's a 2.5 game difference. So we'll see at the end of the season. I told you right now.
But wait, when you look at league standings, the Nuggets, they're way lower. They're not that close. They sound close, but they're probably like at the 6th in the league compared. Where they at, Ace?
You talking about the power rankings?
The league standings. What a Nuggets at in the league standings?
Overall standings combined, what's they seeding?
They ain't that close to the Celtics. They're probably 4 or 5 teams behind.
Well, no, and that's what I'm saying. If they can maintain the number one seed in the Western Conference, that enhances his chances. That is. I'm telling you that if he does that, wait. But we'll see. We'll see what their record is.
Remember, Shondell, a couple of days ago when I said, bro, the league standings, that kind of doesn't matter to an extent. It's really just the East and the West. That's really what it is. League, like overall league standings, that don't really matter. In the NBA, at least. That doesn't really matter. That's just really how it is.
I think it'll have to come for him to win the MVP for the 3rd year in a row. He would have to be the flat out number one team. They would have to be the number one team in the league. It's not enough to just be number. There's no way he can win MVP a 3rd year in a row and then somebody else on another team with more wins playing on the same level as him. That's not strong enough. He is not Goku. No, there's no way.
If you combine them, they would be 5th seed.
There's no way. That's not enough. That means you got who you got? You got Tatum, you got Giannis, and you probably got some other people in there that's playing at a high level, winning that deserve MVP over somebody getting it 3 years in a row. There's no way the league will let that stand.
If we're taking record into the consideration, then the only two that might be ahead of him is Tatum and Giannis. The Mavericks don't have a better record. MVP candidate. The Suns don't have a better record. The Pelicans don't have a better record. So it's
Like
Tatum and Giannis.
Luka isn't in my top 5 for
It's just
MVP.
Grizzlies.
Luka's not in my top 5 for MVP right now.
And Ja isn't playing better than Jokic. It's Tatum and Giannis. You don't think Jokic has a shot to overtake them if he maintains the number 1 seed in the West and averages a triple-double?
Nah, he don't. I don't think he do. He's not winning. He's not winning more. He's not winning more than them. When it comes down to straight looking at record, he's not winning more than them.
And that's fair. If you want to go with best player, best team, that's fine. That would go to Tatum. That's fine. I'm just saying he does have a shot to three-peat.
He ain't got no damn shot. Be serious. Brown would have had 5 MVPs. The Brown would have had 5 MVPs if he really had a shot.
I mean, yeah, if you really want to look at who was the most valuable player in the league, and of course, LeBron.
Brown would have won 5 MVPs and would have had 4 Finals MVPs. Like, come on, man, be serious.
Well, he do have 4 Finals MVPs.
He do?
Yeah.
But I'm saying, okay, what is Tatum's narrative over Jokic besides best player, best team?
Tatum narrative over Jokic would be they came back better than last year, fiery. They made it work. They beat the trade that you got to get rid of the Brown and Tatum. It doesn't work today. They would have beat that narrative, came back a better player, young, aggressive, leadership, beat the off-court drama with Ime getting kicked out. The numbers are amazing. The win record is better. He would have just came out hotter than Nelly when country drama dropped. Be serious, man. Be serious. Okay. That's a light-skinned assassin.
But look at the narrative of Jokic. Didn't have his second and third best player, still led his team to the 6th seed and the playoffs. And this year has his second and third best player. Well, didn't have his third best player for a nice stretch of the season and has led his team to the number 1 seed in their conference while almost averaging a triple-double.
Not enough. The triple-double narrative is dead. Russell Westbrook killed that. No one cares about triple-doubles anymore. You could thank your boy Westbrook for that. No one cares about that. Nuggets came and did what they were supposed to do, getting back your 2 best players. It's not enough. Not enough. Not
is a mix. Jokic this season is putting up a mix of Wilt Chamberlain and Westbrook and Oscar Robertson numbers.
You know, and
he's not an MVP candidate.
That's what I'm saying. His offense isn't really that scary either. His offense, it's really his ability to pass. His LeBron James factor of passing and picking plays apart. His offense ain't that scary. Huh?
That is scary. What are you talking about?
Not scoring the ball is
LeBron
not. You don't
and
scare me
Magic
scoring
and
the
all
ball.
these other people from other all-time greats.
I'm not scared of Jokic scoring. I'm scared of his passing.
You should be scared of his scoring too.
I mean, why? Is it you're not scared because you know he gonna go out there and get 25 plus off the rip?
I'm. If I have
That's
to,
why you're not scared because you expecting it.
No, I'm not scared because it's like I know that he's looking. It's easy to focus in and try to stop him from scoring. You know, but he's smarter than he's outplaying you. He's outplaying you with the chest. He's gonna find the right play, the right pass. You need to more focus in on cutting off the passing lanes with him than stopping him from scoring because his offense isn't as good as his scoring. He can stop himself from trying to score the ball. It's his ability to make other role players around him, the Bruce Browns, the Aaron Gordons. He can make those players play at a higher level. Like the Jamals and the Michael Porters, they're going to be great. They're going to be able to get that shot and do what they do. And Jokic passing it to him is going to make it easier for them to score. But it's the small role players that he brings to the next level. That's where he's more dangerous. He's not dangerous getting the ball and having to make something happen in a 5-second shot clock. He's not that dangerous. He's dangerous from passing.
I get what you're saying, but obviously ain't nobody been able to stop that.
I mean,
you're making a case for him even stronger based off of that right
like,
there. You literally just gave him a compliment.
I'm not saying the Serbian monster is a scrub, but I'm just saying the league doesn't work. We're not giving him 3 MVPs in a row anymore. That's not happening.
He's just like LeBron. His scoring is his second best skill. His passing. That's what separates him from everybody else. That's why people say he's better than Embiid because of the passing. Yeah, Embiid's a cool passer, but he's nowhere near Jokic.
Embiid not that good of a passer. He's not that good of a passer, honestly.
This man Jokic is on the level of LeBron, Magic, Chris Paul, all the all-time greats. He's not just an all-time great big man passer. He's an all-time great passer, period. I've never seen some of the passes that this man has made in my life.
Quit.
Unbelievable.
Man, go to
it's
LA.
Unbelievable.
You will see some people do the same things. I seen somebody bounce check pass on the legs the other day. at the Y.
Perfectly fine. Okay, well, I want to see
He
them
said
do it
at
on
the
the
Y.
NBA level, like Jokic.
He said at the
So
Y.
come on, man.
He said at the Y.
So that's your MVP. Jokic your MVP.
I said he has a chance to
No,
three-peat.
who's
Yes.
your MVP?
Right now, it's Tatum.
You talking all that? You ain't even. Man, get your ass out of here.
He been said
You're saying he doesn't have a shot. He
Who your
does have
MVP,
a
Trail?
shot.
MVP. You already know who my MVP is.
Giannis. Ace, who
Nah.
your MVP? Don't say
Nah,
Draymond.
if Tatum and them stay at first, it's gonna be Jason Tatum. And if Giannis gets first, it's gonna be Giannis. That's what I'm gonna say.
Shelly Share, who your MVP?
Right now it's Tatum. It's Tatum right now.
The question was, does Jokic have a chance to three-peat? The answer is yes.
No.
He do got a chance.
He has a small chance.
Hell no.
He has a small chance. He has a small chance. He has to succeed in the West. If he gets that while averaging these numbers, he's averaging like 33, I think 32, 11 rebounds and 9 assists. If he can average that and they stay afloat, I think the media will.
His overall numbers on the season, he's averaging 25, 11, and 9, shooting over 60% from the field, while leading in almost every analytical.
I thought it was 30.
This is the only reason. No, this is the only reason I would say Jokic will win MVP. Because it's nothing to do with the media. The media, they always get it wrong. Forget those guys. They don't deserve a vote because honestly, they don't really help spread the other players of the NBA and expand them. Because the media should really talk more about a lot of other players that aren't as popular in big markets. If Jokic wins the MVP, it's more so about an international player winning an MVP 3 years in a row, and we haven't seen that done from any American MVP in over like 30 years. So it's going to be about expanding the NBA market to the international stage, showing that you don't have to come from America to be super great at basketball. It's a world sport. That's the strongest narrative I would see from everything else you're saying. Everybody else that should have won the MVP 3 years in a row, it's the same narrative and they lost. There's number one, don't care. Numbers don't care. It's only about the international market. That's the only narrative I can see Jokic really getting it.
Okay, we'll have
I see that. Was that brother shaking? You agree with me, brother? Brother with the gold teeth. AD, you agree, AD?
No.
The gold teeth.
No.
I get what you're
it's not
saying,
just
bro.
about that. I get what you're saying, but no, that's not going to be the only reason that he will win MVP.
But Sheldon and
Absolutely
AD
not.
agree with me. I don't even need them to agree with me. I know what I'm talking.
I definitely get what you're saying, and we're just gonna have to see. But I definitely feel like it might be Tatum's year, but Jokic definitely does have a chance.
Yes, and that was the question.
It's the Celtics market, the Celtic people. They went to the finals last year. He playing this amazing. Come on, bro. He bleed green.
Okay.
Ain't no seeing green, but I'm seeing green.
And I said he's the
front in the playoffs. Is he still MVP?
It's an in-season award. It's not a playoff award.
Okay.
Got your ass.
I don't got asking if he get down to the playoffs. Is he still your MVP?
It's all about the regular. It's all about the regular season.
We'll see.
So that wouldn't change the narrative at all. If the Nuggets stay in the playoffs and the Celtics get bounced out, say the Nuggets go to the Western Conference Finals.
No,
nothing to do.
It's regular season.
Unfortunately,
They
ain't gonna let that fly.
Okay, too easy.
Real small chance, but I don't think he's gonna win it this year. I just don't think he will. Like, and I don't think Giannis winning it either. I think Jason Tatum has a real good chance. If they stay first, second seed, and he put up these numbers, he'll win it.
If Tatum wins it, it's not like people gonna say Jokic or Giannis got robbed. That's not the case at all. Tatum is definitely deserving of the MVP. That's unquestioned.
Well, and like that, does anybody have anything they want to bring up on a full court entertainment podcast before we head off for this happy holidays?
Nah.
No, sir.
Merry Christmas.
All right. Happy Hanukkah.
Happy holidays.
Happy Kwanzaa.
Whatever y'all celebrate.
Bucks and 5, man.
Against who?
Whoever.
If
Why
it's
not
against
Bucks
the
and
Hawks, Bucks and 4.
Why not Bucks and Why not Bucks and 4? You think they gonna lose?
Against who? Against who? The Hawks?
He said the Bucks. He said the Bucks and the Hawks. He said Bucks and 4 if they play the Hawks.
Nah,
Bucks
they
and
said
five.
Bucks and 4 last time, and what happened?
Bucks and 5.
Bucks and 5.
They said Bucks and 4
Bucks
last
and
time, and
five.
what happened?
They ain't had Chris Middleton. Don't do that. If they would have had Chris Middleton, we know that series goes a different way. And we know the Bucks run through the Warriors. Don't do that. First of all, the Warriors
Hey, a lot of
had
people
Trae Young for a
saying
bit
that.
either.
Yeah.
Bucks and 5, man.
I ain't like that. We gone.
Subscribe, man.
Honestly, we never even put the last bits in. I always edit it out. I never put the last bits when we say the stuff in there. Honestly, it can always